What if I told you that in just 30 days, you could change your life forever? Right now, it might feel like you're stuck. Maybe you've been feeling lost, unsure, or overwhelmed by the idea of starting something new. The struggle is real, and it's something we all face at some point. But here's the truth. Waiting for the right moment won't get you anywhere. The perfect time to change isn't coming, it's already here. What if you took action today? What if you decided right now that your future starts with the decision you make this very moment? This isn't just about motivation, it's about real transformation. The next 30 days could set the foundation for the life you've always dreamed of. All you have to do is take the first step. You have the power within you to make it happen, and today is the day to start. In the next few minutes, we'll unlock the exact steps to break free from old patterns and set you on a path to greatness. I'm not here to give you empty promises. I'm here to give you a clear, actionable roadmap to change your life for good. If you stick with me, you'll learn how to take consistent action, overcome your doubts, and build lasting habits. You'll discover that transformation isn't something that happens overnight, but it is something that happens over time, one step at a time. Today, you're going to commit to your future. And trust me, that decision will make all the difference. You have everything you need to start right now. No more excuses. No more waiting for the perfect moment. The time to act is now. I know it's easy to think that there's always a better time to begin, that the stars need a line, or you need just one more piece of the puzzle to fall into place. But let me tell you something, the perfect moment is the one you decide to create today. If you wait for the perfect time, it will never come. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to take that first step. This is your time. 30 days is the perfect amount of time to turn a small change into a new habit. It's long enough to make a noticeable difference, but not so long that it feels overwhelming. You don't need a lifetime commitment to see a transformation. You just need a starting point, and 30 days gives you exactly that. By focusing on a shorter, achievable period, you make the process less daunting, allowing yourself to build momentum along the way. In just a month, you'll have accomplished things you never thought possible. That's the power of 30 days. It's the perfect time frame to make changes that stick. Your brain is wired to adapt, and 30 days is the ideal length to trigger those changes. Every time you do something repeatedly, your brain forms new connections. After 30 days of consistent action, those actions become part of who you are. Your brain has created new pathways, making your new habits feel like second nature. It's not magic, it's science. This is the neuroscience of habit formation at work. In 30 days, you'll rewire your mind, and the results will show up in your life in ways you never imagined. A year-long transformation feels overwhelming, but 30 days is a manageable starting point. Think about it. When you look at a whole year, it can seem like an insurmountable challenge. It feels like there's so much time to lose, but with 30 days, you can stay focused and motivated because the finish line is right there. It's not some far-off future. This is a small, realistic commitment that will lead to big changes. Starting with 30 days makes the process feel less intimidating, and the progress you'll see will keep you going. Self-doubt, procrastination, and fear, these are the hidden enemies that stop you from moving forward. These invisible barriers hold you back more than you realize. They whisper in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough or that you'll fail before you even start. The problem is these fears are based on nothing real. They are just thoughts, but they hold real power if you let them. That's why it's so important to recognize them for what they are, nothing but illusions that you can overcome. The moment you acknowledge them, you take away their power. Your fears don't have to control you. You can break free from them. You might say, I don't have time, or I've failed before, but these excuses are just holding you back. We all face these common struggles. Life gets busy and we slip up, but the only way to change is to push past these excuses. Time? It's the same 24 hours we all have. And failure? It's simply a stepping stone to success. It's not the end. It's a lesson. You've failed before, but so what? It doesn't mean you won't succeed this time. It just means you have more wisdom, more experience, and more strength. Stop using excuses as crutches. They're only keeping you stuck. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove your strength and grow even stronger. The obstacles you encounter aren't roadblocks. They're part of your journey. Each one is a chance to prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. And every time you overcome one, you become a little stronger, a little more confident, and a little closer to your goals. The struggle is the training ground for your success. The more you embrace challenges, the more powerful you become. This isn't about doing something new every day, it's about changing how you show up every single day. The 30-day challenge isn't about adding more tasks to your to-do list. It's about shifting your mindset and your daily actions. It's about committing to the process of becoming a better version of yourself. Every day matters, every choice matters. Your challenge is to show up, to put in the effort, and to stay focused on the bigger picture. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to show up, and that's what will make all the difference. The first week is about setting a solid foundation, knowing where you are and where you want to go. Before you can transform, you need clarity. This is where you assess your current situation, set clear goals, and establish your purpose. It's about laying the groundwork for success. It's where you get honest with yourself and set an intention for the next 30 days. Without this foundation, your efforts will be scattered, but with it, you have a direction, and every step you take will bring you closer to your goal. Now that you've started, it's time to reinforce these habits and take consistency to the next level. Week 2 is about deepening your commitment. You've begun, but now you need to make these new habits stick. Tracking progress, creating systems, and building accountability will help you stay on course. This is where the real work begins. It's easy to start, but it's harder to keep going. That's why consistency is key. The more you reinforce your habits, the more natural they will become. Resistance will show up, it's part of the process, but how you handle it will define your success. You'll face setbacks and obstacles in week 3. That's inevitable. Resistance is like the universe's way of testing your commitment, but how you react to it matters. Do you give up or do you push through? This is where your resilience will be tested. This is the time to dig deep and keep moving forward. You've come too far to stop now. Keep going. The last week is where you solidify the changes you've made, ensuring they last well beyond 30 days. Week 4 is about making these habits part of your lifestyle. It's about creating long-term change. Reflect on your progress and celebrate how far you've come. This is where you look back and see the transformation. And it's also where you prepare for the next steps beyond the challenge. This isn't the end, it's just the beginning. Success isn't about big moments, it's about the small, consistent actions you take every single day. It's easy to think success happens in one big breakthrough moment, but it's really the accumulation of tiny daily actions that leads to massive results. Whether it's waking up early, making healthier choices, or staying focused on your goals, it's the small things that matter most. Each day is a chance to move closer to your dreams, and when you focus on the daily actions, success becomes inevitable. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to keep showing up. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. The truth is you'll never be perfect, but you can always get better. Consistency, not perfection, is what leads to success. When you show up every day, no matter what, you will see results. It doesn't matter if you stumble along the way. What matters is that you keep going. Life will throw curveballs, but consistency means staying on track despite the setbacks. The road to success is not a straight line. You will face challenges, you will stumble, but consistency means getting back on track. It means adjusting your course and continuing toward your goals. Setbacks are a part of life, but they don't define you. How you respond to them is what matters. You will stumble, you will miss a day, that's okay. What matters is what you do next. The path to success is not a straight shot. It's full of bumps and setbacks. But those setbacks don't define your journey. It's how you recover that matters. If you miss a day, start again the next day. If you stumble, pick yourself up. Keep going. The key is not perfection, but persistence. The reset button is always available. Don't let one setback derail your progress. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that one mistake means failure, but that's not true. You can always start again. Every day is a new opportunity to get back on track. Don't let one slip up derail your entire journey. Press reset and keep moving forward. Accountability is the secret weapon to ensure you stay committed to your goal. When you have someone else holding you accountable, you're more likely to stay committed. Find a friend, a mentor, or a community to support you. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility. It helps you stay focused and motivated even when it gets tough. You don't have to do this alone. Without belief, you can't move forward. Belief is the foundation of every transformation. If you don't believe that change is possible, you'll never take the necessary steps to make it happen. You need to believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. Your belief is the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough. Your mind is powerful. Change the conversation in your head and you'll change the course of your life. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, you will. But if you change that conversation, everything shifts. Start telling yourself that you are capable, that you will succeed, and watch how your life changes. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the fuel for your success. The obstacles you face are not there to stop you. They're there to help you grow. The more difficult the challenge, have you ever started something big only to feel overwhelmed by the sheer size of the challenge? Maybe it was a goal to lose weight, get fit, or build a business. And at first, the idea of a year-long commitment felt too much. But let me tell you something, 30 days is the perfect amount of time to build a new habit and gain traction without feeling that burden. In just 30 days, you can make real progress. Not so long that it drains you, but not too short that you don't see any meaningful change. 30 days creates a manageable yet powerful window for transformation. It gives you enough time to disrupt old patterns, build new ones, and establish momentum. Think about it. What can you accomplish in 30 days? How much can you change? A lot more than you think. In 30 days, you can start fresh. You can take the first steps toward the person you want to become. And the best part, it doesn't feel impossible. It feels doable. The clock is ticking, but you got everything you need to make those 30 days count. Your brain is designed to adapt. Every day it processes new information and forms connections that guide your actions. And when you focus on something consistently, whether it's learning a new skill, working out, or changing a mindset, your brain starts rewiring itself. It creates new neural pathways that turn your efforts into habits. This is how growth happens. The reason 30 days works so well is that it gives your brain just enough time to form these new pathways without overwhelming it. In 30 days, you've repeated an action enough times that it starts to feel natural. What once was difficult becomes easier. Your mind begins to accept this change as part of your routine. That's the power of repetition and focus over a short, deliberate period. You've heard of the 30-day challenge, right? That's not just a catchy name. It's based on how our brains work. When you give yourself a clear, time-bound goal like 30 days, you can accomplish something powerful. In this time, your brain adapts, grows, and builds the foundation for lasting change. Let's be real. Talking about a year-long transformation can feel exhausting. A year? That's a long time to stay on track, and it can feel like an endless journey before you see any significant change. It can cause doubt before you even start. But 30 days? That's different. 30 days feels like something you can do. It's a challenge that feels achievable. You're not trying to change your whole life at once. You're just focusing on the next 30 days. That makes it far less intimidating and much more motivating. You can stay focused, take action, and see results quickly. That small window creates enough urgency and excitement to keep you moving forward. A year might be too much to wrap your head around right now, but 30 days? That's something you can control. And once you conquer the first 30 days, you'll realize you've got the power to do even more. Let's talk about the real obstacles, the ones you can't see, but they control your every move. You know the ones I'm talking about, the voices in your head that tell you you're not good enough or you'll never make it. These are the barriers that stop you before you even begin. You might not realize it, but they are your biggest enemy. Fear of failure, self-doubt, lack of confidence. They sneak in when you least expect it, and they tell you lies that keep you stuck in the same place. It's easy to blame external factors. We think if only I had more time, or if my circumstances were different, I'd be successful. But here's the truth. The real enemy is in your mind. You're holding yourself back. The fear of not being good enough, the constant worry that you'll fail again. It's these thoughts that keep you from stepping forward, and the longer you listen to them, the harder it becomes to break free. But here's the good news. You can change the narrative. The first step is recognizing these thoughts for what they are, lies. And the moment you do, you take the first step in breaking through those invisible barriers. Let me tell you something. Everyone has excuses. I don't have time. I've tried before and failed. What if I'm not strong enough to change? These are the stories we tell ourselves to stay in our comfort zones. They sound familiar, don't they? You've said them, you've thought them, but here's what you need to understand. These excuses are not the truth. They are simply obstacles you've allowed to control you. Time? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference is how you choose to use it. Failure? That's part of the process. Every successful person has failed. They just didn't let it define them. Strength? You're stronger than you think. It's not about being perfect or unbreakable. It's about taking one small step forward every single day. These excuses feel real. I get it. But they are not insurmountable. They only hold power over you if you let them. So I'm asking you right now, will you continue letting these excuses dictate your life? Or will you face them head on and prove them wrong? Here's the truth. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow. I know that might sound cliche, but it's a powerful truth that successful people understand. The path to success isn't about avoiding obstacles. It's about learning how to overcome them. Every challenge you face, every struggle is a stepping stone to something greater. When you shift your perspective and start seeing obstacles as opportunities, you unlock a whole new level of power. The path won't be easy, and there will be times when you feel like giving up, but those moments are the ones that teach you the most. They're the ones that push you to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You can either choose to be defeated by every challenge that comes your way, or you can choose to rise above it. The choice is yours. Look at every setback as a lesson, every failure as a chance to grow. The more obstacles you face, the closer you get to success. Embrace them, conquer them, and let them take you to places you never thought possible. This isn't just about completing a task each day. This is about shifting the way you think. It's about creating a new identity for yourself, one where taking action every single day becomes second nature, no matter what's going on around you. The 30-day challenge is not some quick fix. It's a long-term mindset shift. You see, it's not enough to just go through the motions. What will truly make the difference is your ability to take consistent action, even when you're tired, discouraged, or unsure. Success doesn't care about your circumstances. It's about your commitment to pushing forward each and every day. The next 30 days are an opportunity to create a new pattern in your life, a pattern that doesn't wait for motivation to show up, but rather takes action regardless. This challenge is the foundation for a life of discipline, self-reliance, and growth. But it all starts with one thing: action. No excuses, no delays, just action. And by the end of these 30 days, you'll see how small daily steps combined with a powerful mindset shift can create lasting transformation. Now that we've set the foundation, let's break it down. A challenge without a plan is just a wish. That's why we need a clear step-by-step process to guide you through these next 30 days. This structure isn't about doing random tasks. It's about creating small, manageable steps that keep you moving forward. Think of it like a map. Each day you'll take one step closer to your goal. The key to success here is consistency. It's not about doing everything perfectly, but about showing up every day, taking action, and following through. We'll break the journey into digestible pieces so you won't feel overwhelmed. The goal is simple. Take one step, then another, then another. By the end, you'll realize how much you've achieved simply by staying focused on the next step. Week 1 is all about laying the groundwork. You can't build a solid structure without a strong foundation, and the same goes for your journey. It starts with self-assessment. You need to take a hard look at where you are right now. What habits are holding you back? What beliefs are keeping you stuck? It's time to identify those mental blocks and remove them one by one, but that's not enough. You need to set clear, specific goals. Not vague goals like, I want to be better. No, we're talking about something concrete. What do you want to accomplish in the next 30 days? It's essential that your goals are measurable and achievable. When you set goals, you give yourself direction and purpose, and that's what drives action. But we won't start with giant leaps. Start small. Break it down into manageable tasks. Pick something that you can easily do every day to start building that momentum. Maybe it's a 5-minute exercise or setting aside 15 minutes to work on a new skill. Whatever it is, keep it small and manageable. These are your first wins, and they will lay the foundation for bigger wins later. The goal of week 1 is to build confidence. If you can stick to the small things, you'll start to believe you can take on the bigger ones. By week 2, the excitement of the new challenge has settled in, and now the real work begins. It's time to increase the intensity. You've built a foundation, and now we need to strengthen it. This is where consistency starts to count. It's no longer about doing something new just once in a while, but about making it a daily habit. At this stage, it's critical to track your progress. Tracking helps you see how far you've come and keeps you accountable. Whether you're journaling, using an app, or marking off a calendar, make sure you have a system to monitor your progress. If you can't see the progress, it's easy to lose motivation, but when you see it, when you realize you're actually doing it, it becomes real. You're going to face challenges this week, and that's okay. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up and reinforcing your new habits. Increase your daily challenge a little bit each day. Stretch your comfort zone, but don't overwhelm yourself. If you keep doing this, the results will come. At the end of this week, you won't just have built a habit, you'll have built confidence in your ability to keep moving forward. By now, you've probably hit some resistance. It's normal. As you get deeper into the challenge, the mental barriers become harder to ignore. Resistance shows up in many forms: procrastination, self-doubt, discomfort. It's the voice that says this is too hard, or I'm not seeing results yet. But here's the thing, resistance is a sign that you're doing something right. If it wasn't difficult, you wouldn't be growing. But you don't have to let resistance stop you. You can push through it. The key is understanding that resistance is just part of the process. Don't run from it, use it to your advantage. One of the best ways to overcome resistance is to build routines around it. Start each day with a small win, whether it's a 10-minute workout, a short meditation, or a few minutes of focused work. Use these to push through the mental resistance. Visualizations, affirmations, and journaling are powerful tools to help you fight the resistance. Picture yourself on the other side of this challenge. What will you have achieved? How will you feel? When you can see the future version of yourself, it becomes easier to take action today. You've made it. Week 4 is about reflecting on how far you've come and ensuring that the new habits you've developed stay with you. Now it's time to solidify what you've built. This is where the true transformation happens. You've laid the foundation, strengthened the habits, and pushed through the resistance. Now it's about keeping those habits alive long term. The key to lasting success is to continuously reinforce the habits that you've built over the past 30 days. Make it part of your lifestyle. It's no longer just a 30-day challenge, it's a new way of living. Look back at your progress and take note of how your mindset has shifted. Reflect on what you've learned and ask yourself, how can I continue this journey? What's next? Remember, the 30 days aren't an end, they're just the beginning. You've shown yourself that you can make change happen. Now you get to decide how far you want to go from here. The habits you've formed will continue to build and grow as long as you stay committed. Keep going and let the next phase of your journey unfold. Let me tell you something. Your habits are like roots. The deeper they grow, the taller you rise. Every small action you take today might seem insignificant, but trust me, it's planting seeds for the future. Think about it. A tree doesn't grow overnight. It takes time, patience, and consistent care. Your daily actions are no different. Every time you take a small step, whether it's waking up early, eating healthy, working on a skill, you're reinforcing the foundation for your future success. At first, these actions may feel tiny, almost invisible. But don't be fooled, small actions compound. Over time, those daily steps become the roots of your success, driving you upward. If you want to achieve anything real, lasting success, it starts with the consistency of daily actions. You can't skip the basics. You can't skip the small steps. They add up, they make you stronger, and with every passing day, you're building the foundation for something extraordinary. So ask yourself, what small action can you take today that will grow your roots and help you rise? Now let's talk about perfection. Perfection will hold you back. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You're not going to be perfect in this challenge, and that's okay. In fact, it's expected. If you think that perfection is the goal, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Let me make this clear. It's not about doing everything flawlessly. It's about showing up every single day. That's the power of consistency. There's a trap many of us fall into. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect condition to start. But let me tell you something. There is no perfect. There's only showing up and taking the next step. You're going to mess up, you're going to stumble. But those mistakes don't define you. What defines you is that you get back up, you keep moving, and you keep doing it every single day. Consistency wins because even when you mess up, you keep going, and that's what matters. So stop waiting for everything to align. Just show up, Make today count, even if it's not perfect. That's how you build real success. Not through perfection, but through consistent effort, day after day, no matter what. Life will test your commitment. It will throw distractions, challenges, and obstacles in your path. You'll face moments where you don't feel like moving forward, where the world feels heavy and your motivation seems to vanish. But here's the thing, consistency doesn't rely on motivation, it relies on the systems you build. You need tools to carry you through, systems, structures, routines. You see, it's not about waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about creating a process that ensures you show up no matter what. And that's where systems come in. One of the most powerful tools for maintaining consistency is accountability. Find someone, whether it's a friend, a mentor, or even a group of people, to hold you accountable. When you have someone checking in on your progress, you're more likely to keep going. Accountability makes you accountable not just to others, but to yourself. Next, build a daily routine. A simple morning routine can set the tone for your entire day. Start with something small, 5 minutes of journaling, 10 minutes of exercise, or a few minutes of meditation. These simple habits will ground you, especially on the days when everything feels like chaos. You won't have to rely on motivation because your routine will be a constant. Another key is planning. Life is unpredictable, but a plan gives you direction. Take 5 minutes each evening to plan your day for the next morning. This simple step will keep you on track, even when you're feeling pulled in different directions. And when life gets tough, remind yourself why you started. Revisit your goals, your vision, and your purpose. When you can tie your actions back to something bigger than the momentary discomfort, it becomes easier to keep going. The process is always going to be messy. Life is always going to try to knock you off course. But with the right tools in place, accountability, routine, and planning, you can maintain your consistency no matter what. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about having the strength to show up every day, even when it's hard. And that, my friend, is how you win. So create your systems, trust in the process, and stay consistent. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. You'll be amazed at what you already are and some experiences built. Listen closely, you may not setbacks or signs you're on the wrong path, but I'm here to tell you imperfection is inevitable. It's a part of the process. Every single person you admire, every successful person you know has faced mistakes and setbacks. But what separates them from those who quit is their response. They don't dwell on the failure, they use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Perfection isn't what's going to get you where you want to go, it's how you handle the bumps along the way. When you slip, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Mistakes aren't the enemy, it's how you react to them that counts. If you let one setback stop you, you're giving it power. But if you use it as a stepping stone, you're moving one step closer to your goal. Don't fear mistakes, embrace them as part of your growth. You're not defined by your failures, you're defined by how you rise from them. Now let's talk about the reset. The true measure of success is not whether you fall, but whether you get back up. Every single person who's achieved something meaningful has faced setbacks. That's a guarantee. It's not a matter of avoiding failure, it's about bouncing back faster each time it happens. Every time you get back on track, you become stronger. Resilience is built in the reset. Here's the thing, it's not about staying down, it's about having the strength to rise again. The ability to start over, to reset, is a superpower, one that you have access to at any time. Life is messy, and sometimes things don't go according to plan, but you don't have to let that define you. When life throws you off course, take a breath, evaluate, and reset. It's okay to take a moment to regroup, but don't let that moment stretch into a permanent stop. The reset is your opportunity to start fresh, to correct your course, and to keep moving forward. Keep getting back up. That's how you win. Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. You don't have to do this alone. You can't. It's not about going through the struggle by yourself. It's about finding someone to help you push through. Whether it's a partner, a friend, or even a community, accountability is the secret weapon that can keep you going. When you're on your own, it's easy to let things slide. You can convince yourself that missing one day won't matter, or that you don't really need to push through that tough moment. But when someone else is holding you accountable, when someone else is checking in on your progress, that's when you start showing up. Accountability gives you the motivation you need when your willpower starts to falter. It's the difference between letting things slide and staying on track. Here's what I want you to do. Find someone who believes in your goals. It could be a friend, a family member, even someone in an online community who is on a similar journey. Share your challenges with them and commit to checking in regularly. The accountability you create with others is more than just a form of motivation. It's a promise to yourself that you won't quit. Having that support system in place can make all the difference, especially when things get tough. When you feel like quitting, remember that you don't have to do this alone. There's power in numbers, and the right people will help push you through. Accountability doesn't just help you stay on track, it pushes you to go further than you ever thought possible. So surround yourself with the right people, check in with them, and lean on that support when you need it most. When you do, you'll find the strength to keep going, even on the toughest days. You're not in this alone. Use the power of accountability to stay the course and get back on track every single time. Let me tell you something, everything starts with belief. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't take the necessary actions to change your life. Belief is the foundation that everything else is built on. Think about it. Every successful person, every person who has achieved something meaningful, started with one thing. They believed it was possible. They believed in themselves even when there was no clear evidence that they would succeed. Belief shapes your mindset, and your mindset shapes your actions. If you believe you can succeed, you'll take the actions that align with that belief. But if you don't believe in yourself, your actions will reflect that doubt. You'll hesitate, you'll hold back, and when things get tough, you'll give up. The belief in your ability is the engine that drives you forward. You won't just wait for success to happen. You go out and make it happen, but you have to start with belief. It's the first step. If you can change what you believe about yourself, you can change everything about your life. Now, I want you to think for a moment, what are you telling yourself every day? If you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do something, that it's too hard, that it's not possible for you, you won't. Your words are powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. Every time you tell yourself that something is impossible, you're setting a limit on your potential. Here's the truth. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it. If you're telling yourself you can't do something, you're building a wall. You're closing doors before you even try. But if you change your language, if you start telling yourself, I can do this, I will find a way, I am capable, you begin to unlock your potential. You start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You start to feel stronger, more confident, more capable. I know it's not easy. Negative self-talk is a habit. It's something that's been built up over time, but it's something you can change. Start small. Every time a negative thought creeps in, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is it helping me move forward? Replace it with something positive, something empowering. It's not about ignoring the challenges. It's about shifting your focus from I can't to I can. What you tell yourself today shapes who you'll become tomorrow. Choose your words wisely. Let's get something straight. The obstacles you face are not roadblocks. They are fuel. Fuel for your transformation. Fuel for your success. Every challenge you face, every setback you encounter is an opportunity. An opportunity to learn, to grow, to prove to yourself just how strong you are. You see, too many people look at a challenge and see it as something to avoid or something to fear. But the reality is, challenges aren't there to break you, they're there to build you. When you face a challenge head on, you're learning, you're adapting, you're gaining strength. And that strength becomes the fuel that powers your journey. Think about it. Some of the most successful people in history faced enormous challenges, and instead of letting those challenges stop them, they used them to fuel their ambition. They didn't let obstacles define them, they used them to push themselves further. The same can be true for you. When life gets tough, instead of asking, why me, ask, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this into something powerful? Every obstacle is a chance to grow. Don't let them stop you, let them fuel you. Every challenge is a stepping stone to your success. You can choose to let those obstacles defeat you, or you can choose to rise above them, stronger than before. The challenges you face today are the fuel you will use to propel yourself toward your greatest achievements. So the next time you hit a roadblock, don't stop, don't back down. Use that moment to fuel your fire and keep moving forward. You've got this. Let me tell you something. The biggest shift you'll experience during this challenge is not in what you do, but in who you become. You see, it's easy to think that success is about following a set of steps or ticking off boxes, but true success isn't about actions alone. It's about the transformation of your identity. If you want to achieve big things, you have to start by seeing yourself as the person capable of achieving them. You need to become the person who already has what you want. It's not enough to adopt new habits or try new strategies. You have to become the kind of person who takes those actions without even thinking about it. Think about the successful people you admire. They didn't wake up one day with success handed to them. They became someone who thought, acted, and made decisions differently. They shifted their identity. You have to do the same. Don't focus on just the habits, the to-do lists, or the outcomes. Focus on becoming the person who makes those things happen. The real transformation is inside. Now let's take this a step further. Think about where you'll be in 30 days. What will you have accomplished? How will you feel? Will you be proud of the person you've become? The power to make that future reality is in your hands, starting today. You have to see it before you can be it. Visualization isn't some woo-woo concept. It's a powerful tool. When you visualize your future, you're not just dreaming, you're creating a mental roadmap. Your brain starts to believe in that future and it begins to align your thoughts and actions with it. It's like setting your GPS. You need to know the destination before you can get there. So take a moment right now to close your eyes and picture where you'll be in the next month. Visualize yourself achieving your goals, feeling confident, feeling proud. The key here is to immerse yourself in the feeling of success. Imagine the satisfaction of crossing the finish line, the pride of knowing that you stuck with it. When you can feel that success in your bones, it's no longer a far-off dream. It's something you can touch, something that's already yours. The actions you take today are the foundation of that future. Your vision is powerful. What you see today shapes what you'll experience tomorrow. Keep that vision clear, keep it strong, and keep pushing forward. You have the power to make your future happen, and it all starts with believing it's already possible. This is your moment. The clock is ticking. Right now, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to start. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no such thing. The only thing holding you back is fear, doubt, and the story you've been telling yourself about why you can't succeed. Let me tell you something. That story is a lie. The truth is, the only thing that's stopping you is the choice to take action. You've been given the tools, the guidance, and the power to change. What are you waiting for? Don't let the fear of failure control you. Don't let the doubt stop you from reaching your potential. Make today the first day of the rest of your life. You have everything you need to succeed. All you need to do is take that first step. Are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to become the person you've always known you could be? Because now is the time. The next 30 days are the start of something incredible, but it all begins with one simple decision. Start today. No more holding back. No more waiting for the right moment. Take that first step, no matter how small it may seem. You might not see the full picture yet, but I promise you, in 30 days, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. This journey is not just about the destination, it's about the transformation that happens along the way. The person you will become in the next month is stronger, more confident, and more capable than the person you are today. That version of you is waiting to emerge. Take that first step and unlock your full potential.